Chicago, Illinois, where this afternoon WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball as Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Jed Lowry and Brad Mills' Houston Astros. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you Game 2 of this three-game series. In the opener last night, it was not a good game score-wise. They won it 8-3. They hit 3 home runs. We hit none. They only got 8 hits. We had 12. One of those things about the game last night that was a good positive in that thing was our starter, Gavin Floyd. He got the loss, but he had good stuff, and he stays right where he's at right now. He is going to win a lot of ball games for us. But this afternoon, try to get on the winning track with Chris Sale.
Our stopper, Chris Sale, is going to the mound at 7-2, and 5 times after our losses, Chris Sale has picked up a win. Hopefully this will be the 6th today because Cleveland is a half game out of first place. Very warm day at the ballpark. It's going to be lively, and we do have more power than Houston. Hopefully today the power shows up. Jordan Lyles goes to the mound for Houston, and he's 1-1, his ERA up close to 5. He's a high fastball pitcher with a long stride. If he throws fly balls today, they're going out of the ballpark. This is a big one. Chris Sale's the right man in the right spot at the right time. Let's go get him.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Sox and Astros played one of the greatest games in White Sox history during the White Sox championship season of 2005. Game 2 of the World Series gave the Sox what they would use to close out the sweep in Houston 2 games later. That mysterious element, momentum.
You can feel the shifts in momentum, no doubt about it. From the crowd being into the ball game at one point to the crowd being sucked out of the ball game.
This is a game the Astros need to win. Here's a shot into left field off the bat of Ensberg and gone. A home run for Houston.
The up and down, roller coaster emotions during that game. And
the White Sox lead 2-1.
Clearly everything they're doing right now is right. They can't do anything wrong.
Berkman hits it fair down the left field line, and the Astros are back out
I kind of thought we turned it around when we went ahead in the ball game.
Guy hit by the pitch to load him up.
It barely nicked it.
I mean, I don't know if he got hit or not.
From what I heard, it's I guess it was a foul ball or something, but
that was a break for us to get Paulie up to bat.
It's gonna go! Konerko, grand slam!
That was big. It was a big momentum swing for us.
You know, he threw it exactly where I was looking.
Vince Caino, a base hit to left. 1 run scores. Here comes Burke. Throw home. Safe, and the game is tied.
Like I said, give Vizcaino credit, give Burke credit for the slide, and give Pacific for a pretty good throw. I mean, everyone did everything right, and worked out for them.
I sensed the dugout was more upset than down, like almost pissed off in a way.
We didn't want to go in to Houston 1-1 with momentum on their side. My approach was just try to get to base. He fell behind me 2-1. I was looking for a pitch right out over the plate. I put a pretty good swing on it and didn't miss it. I got all of it. That's about as far as I could hit one on that given night.
This ball is gone!
I don't remember running around the bases. I remember seeing all of my teammates jumping up and down. I felt the nudging and the pulling and the tugging, but I couldn't hear anything. To come through and hit one at that given point in time to win a World Series was just it's a moment that I'll reflect back upon and share with my family and friends for years to come.
We'll be back with Game 2 of this series right after this break. Home for the most live sports. Today's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. Let's take a look at how Brad Mills is going to line up his Astros today. Altuve leading off. Then it's Bixler, Lowry, Martinez, Maxwell, Wallace, Snyder, Matt Downs just back from the minor leagues with Bogusevic. Rounding it out, the defense. Jordan Dinks getting his start in left field. Diaz and Rios with Escobar, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Przinsky behind the plate. And Chris Sale looking for win number 8 on the mound. So we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this 3-game set. As Chris Sale, 23-year-old southpaw's first pitch of the ball game to Altuve is hit, slicing over into the corner. Alex is there and makes a nice catch. He got there in a hurry. The 1 pitch, 1 out. The Astros come in hitting at .254 as a team with a 4.20 ERA. They're 25 up, 33 down, but they're 7-19 on the road. Actually, they have played better than most people anticipated.
Well, they've got a pretty decent young team. Pitching staff has been a little sketchy. Bullpen has been pretty good overall.
Well, very seldom you're going to see a major league team field 9 guys out there who are under the age of 30. They did that yesterday. You have one guy, Chris Snyder, the catcher today, who is 31. But indeed they are young, as that's foul away right side, and the count very quickly, 0-2 to Brian Bixler. He's 1 for 8 since being called up. And fouls that one straight back.
It's going to be real interesting to watch some of these Astro hitters as they try to deal with the big breaking, late breaking slider of Chris Sale. Right-hander or left-hander, he mystifies him.
That ball in the hole in the left field. There it was, and got it up a little bit.
He's looking for one down. He gets it up and out over the plate, right down the middle on Xfinity Pitch Tracks. And Bixler, first hit of the ball game.
So here's the shortstop switch hitting Jed Lowry.
The oddity for Lowry is that he normally is a much better right-hand hitter than left-hand hitter.
Lowry.
Not this year.
2 for 4 last night with a sacrifice fly and a 2-run homer. Outfield slightly to the right. And that's up high. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
Last 7 games, Lowry has been really heating it up. Most of his power, almost all of his power, has come from the left side, however.
There's a strike and a count 2-1.
The umpires for the game today. Las Diaz behind the plate, Mike Everett at first, Paul Schreiber is at second, and Lance Barrett is at third.
Well, the Sox have the second best record all time in interleague play, only behind the Yankees. That's fouled back. The Yankees, they've won 159. We have won 157. They have lost 109. We have lost 112. But against the Astros, this is the 20th meeting between these two teams, and in the first 19, we've only won 10. So Houston has played us tough, except in the 05 World Series.
The important one.
Fouls that back. It didn't take long. They gone.
Nope. Lowry right-handed this year, hitting .217, left-handed hitting .317, but this is his natural side, his best side. But they made an adjustment to the left-handed swing, and 9 of his 11 home runs have come as a left-hand hitter.
Pretty good lead by Bixler. And that breaking ball up. Fortunately, he was out in front of it, pulls it. And the count hangs at 2-2.
There you can see the disparity. Tough to keep the same stroke from both sides of the plate. Most switch hitters will tell you that sometimes it varies by the year.
That breaking ball poked out into right field. Alex is there, and that's out number 2. Well, probably 98 to 99% of switch hitters. They're better low ball hitters left-handed, better high ball hitters right-handed. Every now and then you'll see one that's a switch hitter that's a good high ball hitter left-handed. Very seldom.
You don't see many good high fastball hitting left-hand hitters, period.
Well, there's more now than it used to be. It used to be, especially when As here's Martinez. The strike zones have changed, obviously, over the years.
Sure. Because of the outside balloon chest protector gone.
But you're seeing a few more now. The Angels, as we talked about the other day, with Edmonds and Erstad and those guys, and Garrett Anderson. That was the exception to the rule. They could get you upstairs. 1-1 to count.
Chris is trying to find a way to keep that slider down. So far in this first inning, he's been unable to do that.
And that fastball shanks it foul. So now Sale on top, 1-2.
Dave Clark going through his set of signs.
We'll be showing you a little bit of him today. He is fun to watch, especially with a man on second. Very animated.
Probably wears out 5 pairs of shoes a year.
Fastball misses.
Animated and perpetual motion as a third base coach.
Take him right here. He gone. Hook. And that'll retire the side. After having a play, it's the Astros nothing and our guys coming to bat.
Leading it off with Gordon Beckham hitting second. Adam done the DH. Then it's Konerko, Rios, Pierzynski, Ramirez, Jordan Danks getting a start in left field with Escobar at third base. The defense and how they'll line up behind Lyles. Bixler, Maxwell, and Bogusevic. In the infield, Downs, Lowry, Altuve, and Wallace. Chris Snyder gets a nod behind the plate, and Jordan Lyles on the hill. 1-1, a high ERA. This is sixth start. Giving up more hits than innings pitched. And he's a high fastball pitcher. The curveball and the changeup both works in progress. He does cut the ball on occasion. The curveball is the better of the breaking pitches.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. So Lyles, 21-year-old right-hander out of Hartsville, South Carolina. Piazza takes ball one. Alejandro hitting at .299, 4 homers, 25 driven in. He was 2 for 5 last night. Count evens at 1.
Lyles is a big guy, and he's got a very long stride. When you stride that long, more times than not, you're going to keep the ball up in the zone.
Pulls the string right there. Sox come in hitting at .256 with a 3.99 team ERA. Count evens, 2-2. Gap out there in right center.
Very windy, very warm day. Somewhere between 86 and 90 degrees, probably a little warmer down on the field. So it's going to be lively.
A beautiful day for baseball. A beautiful day.
Not a cloud in the sky. And not all that humid.
Breaking ball. And that's out number 1. So with one out, let's check out our picks to click. Our BMW picks to click. There you see the man Joe with Alexei. Steve's going with Alejandro. And all the guys in the ticket office. Mike Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Tom Eichstadt, Pete Catazone, Laura Arenas, Mary Weiss, Nick and Joe. All great folks. We're going to go with Jordan Danks. Fouls that back.
Maxwell's got great speed in center field. We saw that on the base path last night. He started the ball game last night in left field.
Gordon fouls that away and very quickly. The count 0-2. And of course, those picks to click for a limited time. You can get incredible lease deals on the 2012 BMW 3 Series. Visit ChicagolandBMW.com for more information. Breaking ball. Lowry. Two down.
Pretty good curveballs so far by Miles. He's had both hitters out in front.
So now they're going to put the shift on. Matt Downs, the third baseman, will go out there in right field. Adam was 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. And there you go. Got to have a base hit last evening like that. So you can cancel a post-game show, as that'll bring in Paulie. Paulie hitting at .361, 11 homers and 33 driven in. That fastball low and away.
This is our hitter's first look at Jordan Lyles. Last year he was 2-8. His ERA well up over 5. He made 15 starts and 5 pen appearances.
Jammed him, pops him up in the right field. Bogasevic makes the catch. That'll retire the side. After 1, there's no score. Brett Wallace and Chris Snyder face Chris Sale. Darcy Moff pull the string on him.
Throwing that straight change is going to allow him to throw fewer sliders, which is going to be a lot easier on his elbow. There's two of them.
And the count 0-2. Maxwell, 1 for 3 last night, comes in hitting at .233, 5 homers and 15 knocked in. Out and around it. Escobar. 1 out.
Sale comes in leading the American League in earned run average. Now it's below 230. And he was the American League Pitcher of the Month for the month of May. There's some pretty impressive numbers the last 4 times out. And we mentioned in the opening of the show that he has 5 of his 7 wins right after a Sox loss.
So here's Brett Wallace, first baseman, takes fastball strike. Wallace 7 for 17 since being called up. Wallace 1 for 3 last night with a home run.
This will be an interesting confrontation because you don't see too many part-time players, especially the left-handers, starting against Chris Sale.
He gone. That didn't take long.
That's probably why.
2 down, and here's Snyder.
That's a late breaking slider. When he keeps it down, it's virtually unhittable.
Chris Snyder, the catcher, hitting at 198, 3 homers and 14 knocked in. Takes it low and away.
Snyder came out of the Arizona Diamondbacks organization and had some occasional power. A few years back, 16 home runs, 64 driven in. So he can hit it a long way if he can catch up to one.
And that's on the corner. High pop up. Alexei. And that'll retire the side. So that is 5 in a row retired by Chris. And after an inning and a half, no score.
Log on to WGNTV.com to join the WGN Sports Game Zone, where you can find up-to-the-minute sports stats and important game information. The Game Zone is sponsored by Safe Auto. Call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO and get a free quote. Reduced rates are up to 35%. Drive safe, spend less.
And while we have a moment, Mark Parent and his family would like to wish a very happy birthday to Roger Evanson, Tolovana Park, Oregon, who watches a lot of White Sox games. And he's got a birthday today, the big 9-0. Happy birthday, Roger. With a lot of love from the Mark Parent family. 90 years young. So here is Alex. Here's that curveball strike. Rios hitting at .297, 6 homers and 31 driven in. 2 for 4 last night. And that's outside 2-1. Outfield straight up about equidistant. And that's right at Maxwell. So 1 out. And a reminder that Hooters is the official road game restaurant of our White Sox. Come into any Chicagoland area Hooters where the White Sox are on the road and catch games on their HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. Hooters, the original wing joint. So here's AJ. Took that pitch nicely down low. Detroit leading Cincinnati 1-0. That game in the bottom of the second at the Great American Ballpark. As that pitch is popped up. Lowry now. Brian Bixler makes the call. The catch, 2 down.
Bixler has got to take over. Not a difficult play, but the outfielder has a much easier play, even looking up into a cloudless sky.
That'll bring up Alexei. Alexei hitting at .218, a homer. He's driven in 26. He was 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. One to count.
We see the best out of Alexei when it is warmer, and today is probably just exactly as he would order it.
Takes that fastball strike and the count 1-2. Curveball chopped foul. And the Cubs and the White Sox, well, this rivalry continues in the BP Crosstown Cup. Great seats still available for the Sox Cubs here at US Cellular Field June 18th, 19th, and 20th. So go to whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
That was a nice pickup by Chris Snyder on a ball that he didn't have to block, nobody on base. Actually able to catch it. Looked like in his throwing hand.
Backhanded, plants, double hot clutches, and that cost him. Couldn't find the ears on it.
There's going to be a very close play anyway, even if he comes up with it cleanly. Lowry doesn't have the most overpowering arm in the league, but when he double clutches, no chance at all.
So here's Jordan Danks. Came in last night. Well, Viciedo, who left the game with 2 tight hamstrings. And he went 1 for 2, picking up his first major league hit.
It's a broken bat. It's a little looper. But it's going to be a souvenir for life anyway.
And it looks like a major league line drive in the newspaper. Outfield slightly to the right. To the first baseman, who sucks it up, steps on the bag, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the third, still scoreless.
State Cancer Foundation. Once again, we know a couple of different things. One, it's getting close to Father's Day, and two, the home run challenge is going to be upon us once again. And Michael, you guys have done such a great job. Tell us a little bit about just exactly what the family should know about prostate cancer.
Well, first, they should know today that 95% of men who are diagnosed with prostate cancer live 5 years or longer, and most of them live normal lives. That's the first thing to know. And also that Major League Baseball, this great White Sox organization, has made such a contribution in the term of awareness. And the next month after Father's Day is a 30-day period that we find most men get tested for prostate cancer. And so there's a lot of discussion today. Should you have the PSA test? Should you have that simple blood test or not? But if you go to Europe, only about 50% of the men live 5 years or longer.
That ball into left center field. Jordan is there, and that's out number 1.
So the idea 17 years ago was keep dad in the game. Come out to the ballpark. What a beautiful ballpark. Come out with your dad, your grandfather, your uncle, your coworker, your friend, and remind them to get tested for prostate cancer. That simple blood test. And we've raised $40 million from home runs that have been hit in Major League Baseball. And this game counts. And we have $12,000 for every home run hit in this game. And so each team plays 5 games. And you can go to PCF.org, Prostate Cancer Foundation, PCF.org. and first learn an awful lot about nutrition and what's going on with research. And if you want pledge money, last year we had 90 home runs and raised $2 million. That was our lowest year, as you can imagine, Steve. In 2000, we had 160 home runs hit. I don't know what's happened. Maybe the pitching has just gotten a lot better.
Escobar. And 2 down.
Well, Michael, talk to us a little bit about, I think people are just of the assumption that diet or exercise doesn't really matter. What exactly does it mean? What kind of role does it play with avoiding the disease?
Well, first, I think 70 to 80% of all disease is lifestyle. So it's not just prostate cancer. If you can keep yourself and weight down and keep in good condition and watch what you eat, you're going to extend the length and quality of your life. So that's the first thing we've learned. As it relates to men and prostate cancer, we know that lycopene, particularly cooked tomatoes, for a number of men has a very positive effect on reducing the growth of prostate cancer. We know that broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts do a great job.
Well, Michael, thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you, and looking forward to you wearing your blue on Father's Day to keep Dad in the game. Remember that, PCF.org, and thank you.
And we will have it.
Michael, thank you for saving so many lives. 17 years, buddy.
It's you and the White Sox and the awareness. Thank you.
Michael Milken. Eduardo Escobar will lead it off. Corners in close, and that's fouled out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for them. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for us. One and 1 to count. Second of a 3-game set. Finale tomorrow afternoon. Philip Humber against Lucas Harrell, former Sox right-hander. Make your plans to be with us here at the ballpark. If you can't, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet.
Outfield very shallow and around toward left and left center. Eduardo can pull the ball. He can run for days in the alley.
You can get a line drive at that Bacardi at the park side. Yeah. That's out of play. 2-2.
That's what you're hoping the pitcher will throw away from the defense and throw him a slow curveball. Because they're set up, pitch him away, play him away.
Full count. After 2 in Cincinnati, still 1-0 Detroit. Bottom of the 7th in Minnesota. Twins leading the Cubs 11-1.
Got the Jeff Samardzija today, and not many people have hit him quite that hard this year.
Altuve's got him. 1 out. We'll bring up Diaz.
Diaz is going to take a look at both third and first, see where they set up, and at least entertain the idea of a bunt. He would rather push it toward third, but Downs is in very close there.
Takes the change up for a strike. He hit a curveball, a little nubber that Miles fielded and threw him out. And there's the base hit in the hole. So good speed aboard. He is 13 for 17 in stolen bases.
This Astro team has had all kinds of problems trying to shut down base stealers. High fastball out over the plate. And our best base runner is aboard. Astros have given up 49 stolen bases. They've caught just 13 would-be base stealers. Snyder's got a strong arm. Not a very quick delivery, however, and let's see how it plays out.
There's Gordon. He grounded out to Lowry at short. One out and the 1-0 pitch. Goes through that one upstairs. And the count 1-1. After tomorrow's finale of this 3-game set and his 9-game homestand, Monday is the day off. And Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we'll be in St. Louis. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll be in Los Angeles. Watch out. Got back in.
Snyder saw a big secondary lead on the part of Diaz. Goes to the back of the bag and gets in just ahead of Wallace's tag.
One, two. There he goes. Should get him. 2 down.
That throw right on the money.
So full count to Gordon. And that's popped up. Lowry backtracking. He is there. And that'll retire the side. We're into the 4th still. No runs on that board. Chevrolet for their support of youth baseball in the Chicagoland area. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana dealers are supporting over 30,000 young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program by providing leagues with equipment kits, instructional clinics, and financial support. From the big leagues to the youth league, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Ryan Bixler will lead it off. He got a breaking ball up out over the plate and hit it for a single. No runs, 1 hit for them. No runs, 3 hits for us. Couldn't get it.
Outfield straight away, but the infield, they're playing Bixler as a dead pull hitter, with Escobar just a touch off the line.
0-2 the count.
Sale slider now is starting to snap, and he's keeping it down.
He gone. Change up. 1 down. And a reminder, you can stop by Bacardi at the park at US Cellular Field at the Gate 5 Plaza. Bacardi at the park offers a full menu from Gibson's Restaurant Group and opens at 11 a.m. before all home games. It's a great place to hang out and watch the action on over 70 HD TVs. Bacardi at the park. Here's Lowry. Went out to right field. Starts him off with a changeup. There's another situation. Backs him up with another one in the count 0-2 that 30, 40 years ago was the no-no. Never start a hitter off with a changeup.
Well, if it's as good as Sales, because you can't pick it up in his motion and it looks like a fastball and then it just doesn't get there, you got a good shot.
He gone. 2 down. Well, there are always exceptions to every rule in baseball. But for 98% of the pitchers who that was not their best pitch, managers did not want you to start a hitter off with a changeup because you're changing off nothing. Now it's commonplace. For guys who really don't have a real good changeup like Chris, they still do it.
Well, Chris's 3 pitches are Major League plus with all 3 of them.
There's a fastball. Turns it over. Two-seamer, so Martinez struck out on a curveball or a slider and pokes that one into right field. That was a changeup.
Martinez hasn't had a hit in the series until he took that low changeup and just guided it into right field. So Sale, who's fan 4, hasn't walked anybody, has given up 2 singles. That's it.
And here's Maxwell. He grounded out to Escobar. Outfield for the most part straight up, bit of a gap in right center. And that's popped up right side. Beckham. And that'll retire the side. Nothing because there was a hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Fourth, and a scoreless tie. Adam 1 for 1. Shot a base hit into left field. We got the same shift on with Downs playing in short right. And the count 2-0. Takes the strike, 3-1.
Outfield about as deep as you can get all the way around and still be in the park.
Wallace on the 2-hopper. One down.
This Astro team had a lot of work to do. Brad Mills said coming over from Boston, he knew that. He came in with his eyes wide open. He realized they hadn't spent much money on the development program under the new owner, Jim Crane. They expect to expand that. New general manager, Jeff Luhnow. And Mills in the 3rd year of his contract.
Pauly takes up high. Pauly went out to right field. And he's got the count, 2-0.
Both fastballs have been up high. If he stays there with a fastball, you got a good chance of being down 1-0.
And he goes to 3-0 on Konerko. Just a gorgeous day here in the City Beautiful. And there's ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Jordan Lyles.
He has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning.
So here's Rios. He went out to Maxwell in center field. Takes first pitch strike, that at 94. Jams him, short center, Maxwell. And 2 out. And a reminder, Sox fans, Sunday, June 24th, well, that's 70s Day here at U.S. Cellular Field. First 10,000 children 13 and under in the ballpark on the 24th will receive a kid's 1972 replica jersey. A 1972 replica jersey, courtesy of all the good folks at Pepsi. Here's AJ. AJ popped up to Bixler in left field.
We haven't seen it yet today, but Lyles came in, surrendering 6 home runs in just 29 innings of work. Because he throws a lot of high fastballs, he's been touched up, but not yet today.
But up the middle, backhanded, nice little pick right there. Altuve, they get the force, and that'll retire the side. We're into the 5th, still no runs.
Member FDIC.
Red Wallace will lead off the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Wallace, Snyder, and Downs to face our 23-year-old southpaw Chris Sales, who has given up no runs on just 2 hits, but we have no runs on 3 hits. Breaking ball. Struck out on 3 pitches. Back in the 2nd.
Wallace, a product of Arizona State. And I'd like to send out congratulations to Kent State, my alma mater, for moving into the College World Series.
2-1.
Tom Hamilton, the great broadcaster of the Indians' son, Nick, plays for the Golden Flashes, so we wish him well.
Fastball upstairs, right on by him. 2-2, the 25-year-old first baseman. If he gets it over, he's out. He's gone. But he didn't, and it's a full count. High pop up. And Wynn's got it. Jordan is there. Just tuning in, Jordan Danks. That's Johnny Danks' brother. Went 1 for 2 yesterday, picking up his first major league hit.
And I think what was as impressive as that was the fact that when he came up in a situation with a man at second and nobody out, he went up there, pulled the ball to the right side, and executed offensively before that at bat where he got his first hit.
Besides pulling it, he just killed it with a bullet. So here's Snyder. Takes that change up for a strike. Chris popped up to Alexei.
Jason Castro is the other counterpart, the left-handed hitting counterpart of what isn't a straight platoon system, but they do use 2 catchers. Castro more than Snyder.
Now Chris, 31 years old, 6'4", 242 pounds. He's a big man. 3-1 to count.
Here's a big pitch because this is a guy that can put a charge into it.
Pops him up. Alexei going to get him again. 2 down. And you can come watch our Sox take on the Astros again tomorrow. First 10,000 children 13 and under will receive a White Sox and Radio Disney baseball. A White Sox and Radio Disney baseball card pack presented by Radio Disney. Radio Disney AM 1300, your music, your way. That's a White Sox and Radio Disney baseball card pack. Matt Downs went out to left field. Takes ball 1.
Downs, who started his career with the Giants, actually did a pretty decent job last year. Hit 10 home runs in 199 at bats. Penciled out over a full season. That's a big offensive year.
He was all over that last fastball and just underneath it, thank goodness. Jams himself, pops it up. Jordan making the call. He's got the ball. And we're halfway home. No score.
FDIC.
Lower third of our order here in the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Ramirez, Danks, and Escobar to face Jordan Lyles, 21-year-old right-hander of South Carolina.
To this point, this has been one of Lyles' better efforts.
Curveball. Got hit hard. And a low throw by Downs. Wallace could not come up with it. So it'll be an error.
Catch a break there, as Downs has all kinds of time. But that's a pretty tough scoop for Wallace at first base, and it goes E5.
Well, here's Jordan. Come on, Jordan. First and 30, babe. Jordan grounded out to Wallace at first. Jacks it up and takes strike one.
We didn't take advantage of it last night, but we're catching a break with Carlos Lee on the disabled list with some hamstring problems. He's always a huge factor.
There he goes. Up the middle and just no. Can they get him? No. Base hit. Ball gets away, so Alexei will move into third. That'll be a hit and an error. Runners at the corners and nobody out.
Error number 8 for Altuve. He makes a real good play on the front end of this. Got no chance at second. And from his knee, fires it across, and Wallace, who's not a Gold Glover at first base, does not make the play.
So here's Escobar. He grounded out to Altuve. Good speed on the base pass. Checks it up on that fastball. pull the string on him. And him way out in front.
Still a real good idea to drag that bunt up the first base side. You move Danks into scoring position and score the first run of the ball game.
Lowry and Altuve halfway. That breaking ball in the dirt, so the count 2-1. Diaz on deck.
This Houston team with a couple of errors this inning, 42 for the year. Well in the bottom third in the National League in defense.
Not too much time. Johnny pretty good lead at first. Not big. Spun his wheels a little bit.
Lyles has quick feet. That was a good move to first base.
And the count goes to 3-1. Don't help him out.
About to deliver pitch number 61. Which is still not a high total into the fifth inning.
And that's ball 4. That will load him up. Second walk issued by Lyles. And here comes Diaz.
Doug Brocail comes out last year in the front office with his ball club. They made pitching coach change. Asked Doug if he would come down. He knew all of their personnel, all of their pitchers. So he is the new pitching coach, and let's see how the advice that he gives Lyles plays out as we move to the top of our order with a golden opportunity.
I mentioned it yesterday, Steve. Remember Doug Brocail and Bobby Howard getting into one of the biggest collisions I've ever. Howard just came storming out of there looking for Brocail, and they met.
He found him. He found him on the mound.
Yeah, well, they are off just in front of the mound. So here we go, sacks packed, and there's a base hit. Now they're going to hold Danks. They'll get back to second. Eduardo, Sox lead it 1-0. Yes.
RBI number 26 for Alejandro Diaz. Pretty high total for a leadoff hitter. And once again, 2 for 3 today. This the off-speed pitch. He waits back long enough and ends the scoreless duel.
So here's Beckham. That's inside. Infield in. Gap out there in right center. Good speed aboard. And the count 2-0. Danks at third. Escobar at second. And Diaz at first.
We're starting to stretch in the bullpen for the Astros. Nobody throwing just yet. As Lyles in big trouble.
Two and one to count. Come on, Gordon. Short and quick, buddy. Had a pretty good pitch hit right there. A little bit up, but the count 2-2.
It looked good to Gordon. It was up and out of the zone.
Chops that one foul. Got to cash in. Curveball, and that's a base hit. That avoid Gordon. He hung it. Now here comes Escobar. Here's the throw. Safe.
Great
Down
slide.
into third.
Great slide by Eduardo Escobar as he flashes by Snyder. Went to the back of the plate and beat the tag. Pretty decent throw by Bogusevic. But when Snyder went to find Escobar, he couldn't find him. He had already flashed by him.
Still nobody out. Runners at the corners.
Gordon with RBIs 23 and 24. The throw is accurate. Swipe tag misses him.
And here is Adam. Adam is 1 for 2. Don't stop now, boys. Takes outside. That big 2-run single for Beckham. Sully's happy. Then Mully's happy.
Xavier Cedeno throwing in the pen.
Takes it up, takes a strike to even the count at 1.
There's 2 errors that opened the door this inning. Seemingly have upset Lyles, who was coasting along through 4.
Come on, Adam, give it a ride, baby.
Drops the hook on him. Decent lead by Beckham. High into right field. Diaza tagging. The catch, he's in short right. Here he comes. He's going to give it a shot, and the throw is off the mark. And a good job by Beckham, who started. And the Sox lead it 4-0.
RBI number 41 for the big man. Towering fly ball. This throw by Bogusevic is off the mark by plenty. Well, what a start of this season for Alejandro Diaz.
So the Sox being very opportunistic here, taking advantage of that leadoff error by Matt Downs. Then the error by Altuve. And are not done yet. Paulie has gone out to right and walked. First and third in Paulie. .21 to count with Rios on deck. Good check. He did not go. Four, 6-0 for us, 0-2, and a huge 2 for them.
Come on, Blue.
3-1 to count to Konerko.
With a start after 3 o'clock, it's pretty important to get some runs up there before the shadows start to creep across home plate. You can see the shadows there. The visibility will very much favor the pitchers in about 15 minutes.
Full count. Baldy looking at McEwing. With one out.
He's giving him the hit one hard sign. Come on, big man, hit it hard.
Wants to see if if Beckham's going. He fouls that one away. Gordon, decent lead. There he goes. And it's academic. Second walk of the inning. Issued by Lyles. Third in the game. So here's Alex. Twice he has gone out to center.
I'd like to send along happy birthday greetings to a big White Sox fan, Max Ruby, celebrating his 10th birthday this afternoon.
Knock him in. Good pitch. Right on the outside corner. And the count evens. AJ on deck. So Alex, the 8th Sox hitter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. And the count 1-2. And there's a base hit. Here comes Gordon. He's going to be waved around. Maxwell will just get it back in, and it's a 5 spot so far here in the 5th. Attaboy, Alex.
"32nd run driven in by Alex Rios. And the hit parade continues, but that's going to be it for Lyles. It's a little cutter out over the plate. Rios takes it right back up the middle. And so Lyles, who had the door opened by some errors, gave up some base hits. And it's a big inning.
And we hit around as AJ will be the hitter. So the youngsters' defense let him down. He departs. And we'll be back.
comes on, originally out of the Colorado organization. There you look at the numbers, on for the 7th time. The ERA an even 3. And he inherits a couple of base runners at first and second in what has been a very big 5th inning to this point.
So here's AJ. He is popped up to left and hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice. Only 1 out, 2 on. Echo checking his outfielders. And Rios at first. Big sweeper from the 25-year-old southpaw out of Guayanilla in Puerto Rico.
Picked up as a minor league free agent, appeared briefly last year. By briefly, I mean 3 games.
And count 0-2. Trying to get his thoughts together after those 2 swings.
Well, he's facing a sidearm, short arm left-hander that he's never seen before.
I know it. He doesn't strike out very often, but he had no chance right there.
You can tell why Cedeno will be a situational left-hander. Those 3 sweeping sliders well out of the zone. And for a left-hand hitter, you just can't get it out there.
Well, you described it nicely, because very seldom do you see a sidearmer who's a short arm. I mean, you don't see it.
Well, you can't see the ball. That's the problem.
No, I mean, you don't see that. So here's Alexei. He started this thing off. He reached on an error by the 3rd baseman. Takes that pitch down and in. And that breaking ball down and in. Houston now 42 errors committed. Chopper takes him right to the bag. He steps on it, and that'll retire the side, but not before a big crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the 6th, leading 5-0. 5-0. Bogusevic will lead it off against Chris Sale. Takes down low. Now, from here on out, it's going to be a little tough seeing.
As if Sale was easy to see to begin with.
Count evens at 1.
Right now, you can see Wallace immersed in the shadows. Chris Sale in the bright sunshine.
And the count 1-2. He gone. That didn't take long. Five strikeouts now for Chris.
Good slider. With the shadows, I'm not sure you can see the spin
That's
real
the
well.
whole key on that pitch. That pitch was a cookie.
Right down the middle.
Can't see it.
Nope. Great time to pitch. Of course, for Chris Sale lately, anytime's a great time to pitch.
Altuve twice has gone out to Rios. Well, what was unmerciful and really should have been illegal was when Nolan Ryan used to start those 6 o'clock games in Anaheim.
Well, if you got 2 hits in those, you consider yourself very fortunate. I mean, 2 hits for the team.
That was vulgar. Here's the 2-1. There's a line drive. This guy is a good little player. He is a good little player.
Well, he's second in the National League in hits. And he swings at just about everything. So if he ever learns to be a little more selective, he's going to be that much tougher.
He's only 5'5". And he is a tough customer.
And when you're hitting in the 320s, though, it's a big 5'5".
So here's Bixler. He's 1 for 2. That was just the 3rd hit for Houston. Here's a strike. Outfield straight up, just about equidistant. And the count 1-1. Escobar, look at this. They can't turn it, but what a play by Eduardo and a great job by Beckham to try to turn it. Mercy.
That ball looked like it was going to flatten out under the glove of Escobar. Escobar, who can play any position on the field, makes a terrific play. That ball flattened out. He stayed right with it. Gordon gets a throw off, but he's falling away from the throw, so he can't get quite as much on it. But Bixler runs well, and he beats the play at first. Great effort by Escobar.
And he's a nice little player as well. He can do a lot of things for a ball club. He's got a great presence out on the field. He's got a lot of intensity.
Well, the fact that you can put him any place in the outfield and he'll give you a good job is, you know, that's a guy that you'd love to have on your bench. Plus, he's got speed and he's a switch hitter.
Well, that's not a guy you call a utility player. That's a guy you call an all-purpose player. Lowry has gone out to right and struck out. And plus that at bat he had last inning of one of the big at bats of that inning. That got Sale.
Well, they're going to check this one out. And now Chris is walking around pretty well, but Herm Schneider coming out there in a hurry. I think Chris said he's fine, which is a sigh of relief for everybody.
Chris Sale is a very, very competitive and tough young man.
Fastball right on the heel. I think he just got off balance. And for Paulie, nothing he can do with the deflection. He gets to it, but there really is no play for him, and Sale takes a couple of pitches. And let's hope that he feels no ill effects from this one. He's only thrown 75 pitches.
Says he's all right. Our young guys are very competitive. You know, being on the same club with Jake Peavy, they can even learn a little more.
Well, it's nice to see the big two in this rotation to this point. Peavy and Sale have a real good competition going to see who's going to lead this team in wins. Right now, both of them throwing exceptional baseball.
So here's Martinez. Takes that breaking ball strike. He poked the single into right field on the changeup. Back in the fourth, he struck out. Back in the first. Two on, two out. And right to Gordon. Over to Alexei, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It is 5-0. Good guys. When our Sox take on the Cubs at 7:10 p.m. Miller Lite will give one lucky fan the chance to pitch for $1 million. Miller Lite will give one lucky fan the chance to pitch for $1 million. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
This should be an interesting at-bat for Jordan. In the shadows with a left-hander that's pretty tough to see.
Jordan is 1 for 2 with a run scored. That a boy. It's when that Danks competitiveness comes out. You saw what AJ did.
Well, he's not going to
do it.
No, he's got a little bit of that in him. There's no doubt. The Danks family is pretty competitive.
And the base hit. That a boy, Jordan. That's sweet. Good speed aboard.
Well, I know he's a rookie, and I know this is just first couple of games, but you think he'll go to AJ and say, were you talking to me about how hard this guy was to hit?
So here's Escobar. Had a big at bat last inning. Battled and battled and finally drew a walk. And came around to score after falling behind. Fastball strike.
Bullpen up and going once again for the Astros. Astros who will be in the American League West next year, so we will be seeing them on a consistent basis from next year on out.
Matabatacola right there. So 1 down.
David Carpenter.
Yeah, Jordan, since 3 for 5 since being called up, he's got to be thinking to himself, why in the world didn't they call me up earlier?
You know, he's always had everything you need to be successful in the major leagues. Nothing he can't do. The question is, he had to make some adjustments with his swing. And he was hitting over 300. Got a chance with Fukudome going on the disabled list. And once you get your chance, then you got to make an impression. He's made one so far.
There he goes. No chance. First major league stolen base, first of many.
He gets a great jump. He's going on first move. Snyder, who had gunned down a base runner earlier, does not get danks, and his foot does not come off the bag, fortunately.
Now pick him up, Alejandro. Alejandro 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. There's that sweeper. That's poked out there in the short left, and it's going to fall for a base hit. So Bixler will get it back in. Looks like Alejandro is taking a page out of Canerco's book. That soft swing.
And now he's hitting comfortably over 300. His on base percentage is around 385, 386. What a job he's done.
He's just turned into a heck of a player. I mean, as I said, since he's been in a White Sox uniform, he has done nothing but impress guys. Gordon had a big 2-run single last inning after falling down in the count.
Last inning, Gordon fouled back a pitch up in his eyes. And the very next pitch, also up in the zone, he drives in 2, giving him 24 for the year. See what's possible with AT&T Reverse TV and AT&T high-speed internet. Rethink possible.
Three and 0 the count with 1 out, runners at the corners, and Adam on deck. Turn him loose. He does, and he gets the base hit. It is 6-0.
3 driven in today, 25 for the year for Gordon. Jordan Dinks getting some high fives, and a 3-0 offense coming into play. That's what you got to love about Robin, because he turns a lot of them loose.
Well, as I said, and we talked about it earlier, we finally got a 3-0 offense.
Might be the best pitch you're going to see in the entire sequence.
Well, when you got the infield in, or you got them at halfway, it's a double play death like they were right there. You got a man who's been swinging the bat well, and runners at the corners, turn him loose. There's a strike, and the count 0-2.
Very good chance, unless Adam grounds into a double play, that this will be the last man that Cedeno is going to face.
6-10-0 for us. 0-4 and a huge 2. 2 big errors last inning. If you're just tuning in. The 0-2 pitch. Brad Mills making his way to the exit of the dugout. So Cedeno gives up the 3 hits, 1 run. Runners are his responsibility. He departs, and we'll be back.
Over 5.5. Last year, pretty good year out of the bullpen for these Astros. His ERA was below 3. Worked entirely out of the bullpen for them. He inherits 2 on, 2 out in the 6th inning, and a 6-0 deficit.
Jordan Danks started this thing off with that base hit, came around, stole second, came around to score. So all the good folks in the ticket office there picked a click. Getting it done today. And here's Paulie to face a 26-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 215 pounds, out of Fairmont, West Virginia. There's the strike. And that one at 96. And it is tough seeing up there right now.
As you can see, shadows now moving out toward the pitcher's mound. And Carpenter with a big fastball.
That ball hit hard, but knocked down, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be a base hit for Paulie, and that'll load him up.
Altuve able to get to it, not able to control it, and by the time he could, there was no play. Paulie, after a couple of walks, takes one right back through the middle. Altuve knocks it down, but way too late.
Sox packed with Sox, 2 out, and here's Rios. Alex 1 for 3, but it was an RBI single last inning. It's a big hit. Yeah, anything hard like a slider or a cutter right now is going to be very difficult to pick up. Alex got his average up to 298. And the count 1-2. That one at 95. One, two. Lowry up with it. Over to Altuve, and that'll do it. Let the Sox pick up one, and we'll go to the 7th, leading 6-0. GN Sports, tail of the tape. There it is. 6-11-0, 0-4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. And we told you we were going to show you more of Dave Clark on how animated he is, especially with a man at second base. Unfortunately for him, not for us, They've had nobody at second base today.
Now, when you're facing Chris Sale, especially the last 5 starts, you're not going to get too many men on. He hasn't walked anybody, given up 4 singles. That's pretty much been it. If he hangs on and wins this one, and you would anticipate that he would, he will have won 6 of his 8 games right after Sox losses. That is the definition of a stopper.
And Maxwell takes it low and away. So the count 1-2. And if you're scoring along with us, they did have Bixler at second after Chris Sale got hit. Two and two.
Pretty impressive numbers, especially when you consider it's just pitch number 82.
That change up. Maxwell can't run. Meanwhile, he gone. 1 out. And you can stay connected to your Sox all season long. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, pin us on Pinterest, and reblog our unique Tumblr content. So visit whitesox.com/connect today. Here's Wallace, a strikeout, and a pop-up to Danks in left field. Takes first pitch strike. And there's a little, you're talking about getting sawed off.
Well,
2 down.
20 feet high and barely made it to Alexi at short.
That was a Doc Edwards shot right there.
Not a comfortable at bat. Lefty to lefty when Chris Sale's on the hill.
And Doc Edwards, former teammate of mine, catcher, good catcher. They have managed in the big leagues. I think now managing in the Texas League, if I'm not mistaken. A good manager, good man. There's the strike to Snyder, who has twice popped up to Alexei.
Les Diaz has been consistent today, and it's been a great pitcher's plate.
Both ways.
Yep. You get one of these, just keep pumping the ball there, and you'll get the strike call.
There's a chopper 2 hopper. Escobar got plenty of time. 1, 2, 3 inning for Chris. 7th inning stretch. He leads at 6-0.
.5 FM, ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. Miller Lite keeps you up to date on all the scores and games around Major League Baseball.
Six runs, 11 hits, no errors for our guys. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for their guys. mentioned last evening, he only had one man at second base. And you saw those scores. Minnesota beating the Cubs 11-3. Scott Diamond 5-1 with a 1.61. Scott pitching well.
Especially when you consider what the Twins have done this year. You're 4 over for a club that's 24-34, 10 under.
Well, with the way they played, he could have been 1-5 with that 1.61.
Yeah, it's true.
But Gardenhire, I'll tell you what, Gardy is a terrific manager. They've got some good players over there, and after last season, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a club decimated with injuries to their stars like it was last year for the Minnesota Twins.
Well, they have Morneau back. Their minor league system needs to pick it up a bit. Terry Ryan has taken over as a GM, and
he's still got Billy Smith there.
And that's always been a very solid front office.
They will turn it around. Make no mistake about it. If you ever count out the Minnesota Twins, you're making a big mistake. Maybe not this year, but they will turn it around. AJ's glad to see that right-hander out there. AJ 0 for 3. AJ hitting it .291 as he stands up to that dish. 10 homers and 38 RBIs, having just a terrific start to this season. Fouls that one back.
Over the last 19 games, AJ with 5 home runs, 17 driven in, and he scored 16.
He's been a catalyst, there's no question about that.
Used to be 200 was the number. Now it's come down a little bit, but you add the runs batted in with the runs scored, and anywhere from 170 up, and you've done a great job for your ball club.
One and two. Watch out. Tough seeing up there.
In a scoreless tie in the 5th inning, the Astros opened the door with a couple of errors. First Downs throws one away. Then Altuve with a good stop, and he throws one away. The Anything's Possible replay is brought to you by the Illinois Lottery, who each day make anything possible.
That breaking ball low and away. Top of the 7th in Cincinnati. Tigers and Reds are tied at 2, and through 6 innings, Verlander has thrown 127 pitches.
But they're not shy about leaving him out there.
Well, the thing about it is he's probably making that call, as there is out number 2. As we discussed the other day, you know, somebody's going to have to put the hammer down on him.
5-4 with as good a stuff as there is in baseball, it shows you that maybe this year it's starting to catch up to him a bit, because he's logged a lot of pitches and a lot of innings over the last couple of years.
Well, he's just got too much competitiveness in him. Too much. As here is Jordan. 2 for 3 with a stolen base and a couple of runs scored. Mike Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Tom Eichstadt, Pete Catazone, Laura Arenas, Mary Weiss, Nick, Joe, everybody down in the ticket office. That's their pick to click today. And the count 0-2. Yeah, if you let Verlander out there, he's like a horse. If you take him there and you get a barrel full of oats, he's going to eat them all if you let him. He's going to pitch 9 every time he goes out there if you let him. High and wide. Most pitches I've ever seen a guy throw in one ball game was Kansas City when I was playing with Cleveland. Sam McDowell threw 256 pitches.
He's probably just getting loose. Because I'm sure
it was only 126 that day.
I'm sure it wasn't hot there.
126, and that was in the dugout.
Nolan Ryan was known to have some games where he was coasting along at 170 pitches.
Over 200,
yep.
Too. He and Sam, I mean, they just. Boy, you're talking about. Oh, he rings him up on that.
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
That's awful.
That's bad. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3. Matt Downs swings and hits the first pitch foul down the left field line. Top of the 8th inning, 6-0 Sox.
Brent Lillibridge has taken over defensively at first base. Chris Sale still in the game.
1-1 to count. Downs has twice gone out to left field. Jordan Banks out there if you're just tuning in. Plays Viciato. Tank with a couple of tight hamstrings. No, Jordan has gone 2 for 4 with a stolen base and 2 runs scored. This will be pitch number 94. He gone. Change up.
Six strikeouts, no walks, 4 singles, and a 6-0 lead.
Bogusevic is grounded to third and grounded to first. 2 down. That'll bring it to 5-5. Second baseman Jose Altuve, who is 1 for 3. 3 for 8 in this series. And hitting is .325 on the season. Angels used to have a 5-5 outfielder named Albie Pearson, who was a good friend and golfing buddy of mine. Back in those days, the standard driver length was 43 inches. And Albie was 5'5" with a 45-inch driver. As that hit him, he didn't want to do that.
That one stung a little bit as Altuve is going to limp to first base. Slider right off the outside of the left foot. Bobby Meacham looked in the dugout and gave him the thumbs up, just to tell him that Altuve was okay.
So here's Bixler. He's 1 for 3. But Albie at 5'5" with that 45-inch driver back in those days. I'm going back in the 60s, early 60s. He could hit it over 300 yards. And Jimmy DeMeritt, as a matter of fact, said he had one of the greatest golf swings he's ever seen. Can't get that one, and the count evens at 1.
Ian Woosnam territory as far as height is concerned.
Woozy.
He could hit him a long way, too.
He could kill it. Yeah. Never had the opportunity to play with Ian, but he could hurt it. And that's out of play, so the count 1-2. He gone. Gas. And that'll retire the side after 7.5. It is 6-0. Good guys.
Chris Sale, who gave up 4 singles, fanned 7, didn't walk anybody, and it's a 6-run lead. So a new pitcher, Reiner Cruz, at 1-0, on for the 18th time, ERA about 5.5. And he's the 4th Astro pitcher today.
Escobar will lead it off. He's 0 for 2, but had a big walk back in that 5-run 5th inning. After falling down in the count, battled and battled and battled, walked, and came around to score. Turns it loose. Chris Sale. Once again. Through 101 pitches. And the count 0-2.
Zach Stewart loosening up in the pen.
Shoves that one into left field. And that's a fair ball. Oh, good job right there by Bixler. The ball spun away from him.
First hit of the day for Escobar. This breaking ball hung over the middle of the plate. Just sliced it down the line.
And if you're just tuning in, Escobar made a heck of a play on what appeared to be a base hit. Almost turned a double play on it.
That really comes into play because Brent Morel has had a setback in his rehab.
Yeah, I talked with Brent this morning, and he is going to have it checked again here, and then have it checked, I believe, on a spinal specialist out in L.A.
Yeah, he's got to be down. I mean, he started out real well and then had to pull himself out of the game and came back to Chicago for more evaluation.
And there's a base hit. Alejandro picks up his 4th hit. And here's Beckham. He is 2 for 4 with a big 2-run single back in the 5th and an RBI single in the 6th. He also has scored a run. Scored now with 25 RBIs. And 1 to count. Love seeing that breaking ball up there and count 1-2. And if you're hitting the road, take our socks with you this season because you can subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every White Sox out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit WhiteSox.com. Another breaking ball, and that one's hooked foul. Six 13-0 for us. 0-4 and a huge 2 for them.
Jordan Lyles was sailing right along through 4. Hadn't had a 1-2-3 inning, but hadn't given up any runs. And then the errors helped open the door to a 5-run 5th.
Tried to sneak that one by him. Checks it up. He did not go.
Field to Mike Everett. And Gordon has another life.
Pops him up in the short left field. They lost it in the sun, and it's going to fall. Safe. So Gordon's going to pick up a gift right there. He is 3 for 5. It's a good thing he had Escobar on his second.
Gordon's just shaking his head at first base. When you start to go well, things like this happen.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, he's hit some bullets right at some people, so he is justified. Look on his face.
See, it all evens out. No hitters will ever admit that.
Oh, hey, don't go there, pitcher. As here's done. Adam, 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Takes that fastball high. Your pitches are all alike.
Well, I think every game should be played in this kind of visibility. Because the advent of lights, it gives you guys too much of an advantage. $11 grand slams for the big man. Trying to improve on those 41 runs batted in.
That ball hit high and deep into center field stretch. Way back, he looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. Make it 12. And the Sox lead it 10-0. Mercy. See what going to left field for a base hit sometimes will get you?
Turn things around. 5 driven in today. 45 for the year. And his 19th home run. Second in the American League in that department. And Reiner came in at the wrong time.
So here's Lillibridge. Takes a strike.
Our fourth drive of the game is the big man getting a fastball up and out over the plate and losing it well over the 400 mark in center field.
That's a fair ball. That time he makes the good throw. He's got a big arm over there, Downs does. Meanwhile, 1 out. And of course, with that home run by Dunn, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox home hit throughout the course of the season. It is number 73, so $7,300 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula. Here's Alex Rios, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Count evens at 1. The Finale tomorrow afternoon. Make your plans to be with us here at the ballpark. Philip Umber against Lucas Harrell in that game. If you can't be here, we'll be over Comcast Sportsnet. Got an off day on Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, St. Louis. In St. Louis, and then we'll go to LA to take on the Dodgers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's a solid single to center. And of course, when we return home after that Dodger series on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, it'll be against the Cubs right here. We'll have the Cubs for 3 and Milwaukee for 3. Starting the 18th of this month, right here at US Cellular Field.
Doug Brocail going out there because the bullpen just started to work again. Cruz really scuffling here in the 8th. Brendan Lyon hoping to stay out of this one. Well, he used to have just overwhelming stuff, had a lot of arm problems. Stuff is still pretty good. 2.31 ERA this year.
And here's AJ. Takes first pitch strike. AJ on the snide this afternoon. He's 0 for 4. Flips that one into. That's going to hang up for Maxwell. So 2 down. Bring up Alexei. 1 for 4 with a run scored. Oh, 1 to count. Ten, 16, and 0 for our guys. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for their guys. And there's a base hit. And here comes Brad Mills.
Well, he didn't want to have to go to the pen again, but he doesn't want to leave Cruz out there to take this kind of pounding.
So Cruz gave up the grand slam to Adam Dunn. Departs, and we'll be back.
At 0-1, ERA 2.31 up for the 25th time. He is the setup man on this team, getting the ball to Brett Myers when they have a lead. Just trying to get out of this inning in this situation.
Well, a nice round of applause for Jordan Danks, and deservedly so. 2 for 4 today with 2 runs scored, a stolen base, 3 for 6 since being called up. Low and away, 1-0. Jordan, get your note. And that's low. Two balls and a strike. 25-year-old outfielder. And the count 3-1. So 2 on, 2 outs, 3 balls a strike to Danks. Bottom of the 8th, 10-0 White Sox. Payoff pitch. Got him. But the grand slam home run by Adam Dunn, and we'll go to the 9th leading big.
Jason Castro of the Astros. Was the Astros' first-round selection in June 2008. That was 10th overall in the country. This catcher profile is sponsored by Xfinity Home. Xfinity Home offers state-of-the-art features that help you stay connected to your home and family anytime, anywhere. So Zach Stewart comes into the game to wrap it up. Chris Sale was absolutely brilliant. Zach 1-1, ERA 4.87 on for the 15th time.
So here's Lowry. Takes up high. Lowry had an infield single. He's 1 for 3. So Chris Sale now with a victory here today. Go to 8-2 with a 2.05 ERA. There's the strike. 1-1 to count. 2.05 here on June 9th. And 11 starts. That'll work.
I should say so.
In the American League, that ball hit deep and out. So it's a 10-1 game. That's home run number 12 for Jed Lowry. Second in this series.
And a 5th given up by Zach Stewart. That one up and out over the plate. 10 of the 12 homers from Lowry have come from the left side.
Want to know to Martinez, who's 1 for 3. And that's fouled back. Ten runs on 17 hits for us. 1 run on 5 hits. The 2 huge errors which led to that 5-run 5th inning for them. He gone. 1 down. So here's Maxwell. Justin is grounded to third, popped to second, and grounded to short. First pitch strike. Nothing in 2 to the 28-year-old outfielder. Just tuning in, Adam Dunn, a grand slam last inning. His 19th homer. He now has 45 RBIs. 5 of them today. That sacrifice fly and the grand slam. 2-2. Chops that one foul. Sox trying to pick up their 16th home victory against 17 losses. Maybe get this one and get the one tomorrow. Take the rubber match of this series. Get to 500 at home because we're 17-9. That's the best road record in the big leagues. And that's foul back.
And go Kyle Loesch and those Cardinals taking on the Tribe and Justin Masterson.
And that's fouled off. He gone. 2 down. That boy Zach. So here's Brent Wallace. He's 0 for 3 today. Takes ball 1. And the count 2-0. 22,880. No walks, Zach. Come on. There's one. And there's a bullet. So the count got him. Wallace takes advantage of it. And that'll bring up Chris Snyder, the catcher. Twice he has popped to Alexei. Once he is grounded to Escobar at third. Jacks it up, takes ball 1. That's popped back and a souvenir. High. And when that ball comes down to Jordan Danks, this ball game will be over. So the Sox even up the series in a game apiece. They win it 10-1, and we'll be back to wrap it up.